Hello everybody, this is my first speed build. Wait, no it's not. This is my first voiceover. This is my first voiceover because this house was really long and I felt like a lot more people wouldn't watch my videos if they're like really long and no one's talking, because I always like thought no one really liked voiceovers for The Sims, but apparently like a lot of people do. I don't know, I'm just like really proud of my builds and not a lot of people watch it, so let me just try some things and see what happens. But I don't know, whatever. This is my very beautiful voice for you guys. I don't like my voice, so you're very welcome to like be able to listen to it. Anyway, this is one of my biggest houses. It's actually my biggest house. I've never built a normal like house before. I've always built like easy ones, like modern houses that are squares with flat roofs. So I decided to take on a big house. And by big house, I mean Victorian house. This Victorian house is really big. Well, in my opinion. I mean, I've seen a lot bigger builds on YouTube and like the Sims Gallery. But this house is really big for me. And upstairs, oh my goodness, I hate having an upstairs. I never know how to like form the hallways next to the stairs. I never know how to put the rooms. I never know. It's really hard to build, okay? Like sometimes this looks easy, and I know I don't have like top tier skills. I'm not like an awesome castle builder, but I'm trying, okay? I'm doing this for fun, and I don't know, I like watching my videos. Most of my views are for me. But no, I'm just kidding. I've only watched my videos like each like 1 or 2 times just to make sure everything was right with like the audio and the music, but you know, that's what I want you to believe, I guess. Anyway, this is the Victorian house. This is the roof. Oh, I guess I'm done with the outside already, so hopefully you watched all that. Going into the inside to build the walls, that is the upstairs, and I'll get that later, but this is the downstairs, and this room that I'm working on first is going to be the dining room, and I decided to put, I don't even know what those are called, instead of walls, and I put a curtain there to divide the room, and I picked a very old school dining table with fancy chairs, and I picked a lot of clutter and shelving to put around the room so it's not empty. And I do put a rug in there. It's very vintage looking. The main colors of this house, I guess, would be white and bluish and maybe browns. But upstairs it's a whole lot darker than it would be downstairs. But I think the dining room is probably one of my favorites. I remember when I was like first building the house, because I built the house already. That way like I'm not like freakishly slow in my speed builds. But when I built this house, I was really proud of my kitchen. No, I'm not really proud of my kitchen. I was really proud of my dining room. I showed my family and I was like, everyone has to look at this dining room and tell me it's beautiful because it is the prettiest thing I've ever made. But this kitchen, I changed the walls, don't like freak out, but I don't know, I don't like it. I think I don't like it because it's square. I mean, I could have changed it, I don't know, I'm telling you I don't like it, it's like horrible. But I just don't like square kitchens, which, I mean, square rooms are like, that's what's actually in homes. Like, no one has like a slanted room unless you live in like a really big house. But like back in the day, I felt like rooms were just squares. I don't think there were like any abnormal shaped houses. That's why roofs were so easy on like old school houses. I don't know, but I changed a lot of this. I end up taking all those counters out. I put it against the walls to make the counter is an L shape, and I put a table in the corner where that trash can is. And I like it that way a little more. I mean, I use a lot of islands in my other build, so I decided to take it out and just not have anything there. It just was too small in there for that. And in my mind, I convinced myself that it looked okay because the game, I pretended that my Sims would have like a butler or a servant to like make them food. So the Sims would never be in the kitchen, it'd just be like their servants or something. I thought of it like that, like when they have parties, the butlers or whatever would just bring the food out and put on the dining table or something. But I think the room comes together. I put a carpet under the table and it's all like fairly even and normal. I wish the Sims would fix their counters. Like, I wish counters fit over the fridge, and I wish counters matched. I don't know if it's just me and my graphics, but do counters look blue to you? Like when you want to pick the white counters? I feel like the supposedly white wooden counters have a blue tint on them, and I don't quite understand that. I mean, it's fine if you have like a blue colored kitchen, I guess, but when I want white counters, there's no like old school ones, there's just like white modern ones. And obviously I couldn't put that in this house because it wouldn't make any sense. But oh, I went upstairs and put I had walls already. I put doors up for some reason. I guess I was just in door putting mood, and then I went back downstairs. So I'm getting all the furniture ready for the living room, I guess you could call it, the main room, entry room. I do change those couches. I actually put those couches in a different room because I found fancier ones and I thought they looked better in this room. Because the pillows, I feel like the pillows aren't like formal enough. I don't know, they just look too fun for me, so I put them in like the TV room, which I know TV room in this kind of house, like that's kind of weird. But I put a grand piano and a desk there, and I thought it looked really nice. This is the TV room I was talking about. I don't know how I feel about the TV in there. Of course, when you download this house, you can, well, if you download this house, I'm not giving myself that much credit. If you decide to download this house, you can obviously change that room into a library. That makes more sense, and I don't know why I didn't do that. But for like the game's sake, like having to keep the Sims' needs up, I feel like the TV is an easier route to go. I feel like it helps quicken the pace of like entertainment need or whatever. I just put a lot more clutter in this room. I put a table with something on it, and I think I put a mirror in the corner, and then I add some lights, of course, and I think that's it. I made the downstairs look more bright and welcoming because I felt like this family would have more like fancy house parties with entertainers and their own chefs and stuff. So I go upstairs after this, and the first thing I seem to be working on are the bathrooms, and I wanted to keep those pretty simple. I kept with like the wooden seated toilets because I felt like that was more true to the house's times, and I put some glitter around. It's not the best bathrooms, but I felt like they were really like reasonable, and I didn't put wallpaper in a lot of these rooms because I felt like the house owners were very private with their upstairs rooms. Like if they had parties, they wouldn't invite people upstairs. So I put wallpapers on other walls in the rooms, but the ones with the like the wooden ones, like the no wallpapered walls, they they're left there because I felt like the Sims didn't want to finish it, or they just didn't feel like it because it's not them and they liked it. I don't know, I'm just babbling on now about walls. This is a room for kids, easily changeable, for any kind of room you want, really. I mean, it's a good size. I put a desk in the corner for homework, and I put bedside tables down. But right where I'm putting this game table, I had no idea what to put there. So I think I go through like a dresser, and I go through like mirrors, and I don't know what I wanted there. So I ended up moving that outside in the hallway, and I delete that dresser later. But I just didn't know what to put there. It just, everything looked weird, and it was like the center of the room. So I think I end up putting the toy chest from the kids stuff pack. It looks like a vintage suitcase. Just a random chest. I don't know. I kept it brown because I felt like that was a more vintage color. If it was any other color, I felt like it was just too like modernized, I guess. And I was gonna put a dollhouse, but the dollhouses in this game are like massive, and I don't know if dollhouses were back then, because it'd be weird having a dollhouse the shape of your own house. I don't know, but I kept that there. And the next room I work on is this room, which could be a guest room or just another family member room. I kept it dark colors, and nothing really is in here, just chair, mirror, some lights. I kept it like brown and green, and in my mind I imagined it to be like a butler's room, but I don't know, it could just be any kind of room for like teenager or young adult. And after this I work on the master bedroom, which is one of my favorite rooms. I just love the colors. I love them. And I felt like their style was more like gothic. So it was more like very, I don't know, I just like it a lot. All the colors like fit really well together, and they have like their own fireplace in there. And I put a dresser in here with a big mirror. I actually move it from the spot to now that you see. I move it to the other wall. And this whole thing with the frame and the mirrors, I saw that Hatsi she made that Beauty and the Beast castle. And whoever furnished it, I don't remember who it was. I don't even know if it was her or not. I saw that they put that mirror, they put that frame there, and they put the mirrors behind it. And I thought that was like the best thing, because who wouldn't want a mirror that looked like that? Like, it's beautiful. And it's not showing up on my screen right now because my graphics are low when I build. But you will be able to see what it looks like in the screenshots. And it looks pretty awesome. And I try to find more things to put in this hallway. Like I said earlier, I hate hallways. I hate making upstairs houses. I never know what to put in these rooms. But I end up just putting a couch and an easel and that game table. And, you know, when I was playing through, the Sims actually like hung out here sometimes. Like one took a nap and some like played at the table. So, which is really weird, because when I make houses or when I like record and take screenshots, the Sims never do anything that I want them to do. But when I was taking screenshots for this house, all the Sims were doing like exactly what I wanted them to do. I didn't have to control anybody. But now we are working on the outside. And before I wanted to make this house, I wanted to make a greenhouse or just a little garden spot, a getaway spot. And I was looking at a lot of YouTube videos, and I was looking in the gallery at all the greenhouses and gardening ideas, and I saw this a couple times, so I decided to have a go at it. I don't know why I didn't furnish before, but I put a lot of junk in here. I love junk. People always ask like that question, what expansion pack do you want to see next? Well, honestly, I want a clutter pack with just a whole bunch of crap in it. I just want things to fill up my room with. I think I might do a room build, like my own room build. I need a lot more junk to fill up my room because I have a lot of knickknacks. But I just think The Sims 4 needs to like look at all the CC being made and look at like what they could make too. That's why a lot of people go into the hidden objects to throw things around their house. But actually some of the things I put down, I think it's those things, I think it's fertilizer. Your sim actually comes and cleans it up, so that's not there anymore. Which is fine, and I put a lot of books around the house too, and they cleaned all those up. But I put bird seeds right there to look like they stocked up. And I added a few more clutter objects, and I actually put a sink on the other counter, which I don't know how I feel about that, because the Sims like walk out of their house just to go to the sink and get a glass of water. And the same thing with the table, because I actually move the chair away from the table so your Sim doesn't go and eat its food there, because my Sims, like, they had like a family dinner and one of them just walked outside and ate in there. So I moved the chair so it's not connected to the table, so it's just there for like decoration. But I think it's cute in there. And it was really hard lighting it up at night because I feel like, I don't know if it's just my graphics card, but when I do put lights outside and I have objects outside, they don't get lit up. Like, the front door won't be lit up, but the inside of it will be. I don't know if it's because rooms only light up, but it's kind of hard lighting things up outside. So I just put about 3 lights in here, like a lantern, a candle, and a wall light for outdoors. I think it looks okay in there, and I actually changed those floors. They're like gravel. They kind of match the walkway that I put down. But I don't show a lot of my landscaping because I feel like I take forever on it, and I don't know if like people like looking at that. I just started this. I don't know what people like, and I don't know if they like landscaping. I don't know if they like more furnishing. I don't know. But I do take a long time on landscaping. Like, after I filmed this, I was like, alright, break time, and I didn't come back for like at least half of a day. But that's my house. Thank you for listening to me babble on, and surprise with my voice is my voice reveal. So hopefully you liked this video. Thank you for watching all the way through if you did. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.